Hello, everyone. There are so many people who are always afraid of Mr. Peter Obi and what he stands for and his candidacy and him running for election. First of all, we all know who won the 2023 election. Mr. Peter Obi did win the 2023 election, even though it was rigged and judiciary, legitimized the illegitimacy that was done against him. No wahala. Now again, from time to time, you see them bring up all sorts of things, all sorts of many things to discredit him. From Irene or mockery, constantly being on Facebook, speaking in Hausa, everything to discredit Mr. Peter Obi. To a different, different handles, saying different things, most of them lies, just bringing up smear campaigns against him. Even when the election, is supposed to have been over. It seems as if the fear of Peter Obi is the beginning of wisdom for them, and they constantly put this, in action. So we now have recently again, there's been a lot of talk going on, especially after this whole meeting in Adamawa State and stuff like that, and what have you, and what have you not. Then you have someone comes out to say that now they have brought in another smear campaign to say that in 1993 Peter Obi was involved in the Abacha re-election, Abacha election, that 1 million man march, to say that he was this. Let me even read one tweet that someone called Pastor Keze on Sogbo. One very, there are no words. There are certain people who, even trying to find words for them is so slimy that there's no need. You just leave them in the pit that they've created for themselves. He said in 1993, Peter Obi was a protege of Arthur Nzeribe in the Association for a Better Nigeria. They secured, according to him, that they secured a midnight court injunction that nullified MKO Abiola's presidency. He said Peter Gregory Onwubuasi Obi personally delivered the court verdict to Nwosu and stopped the further announcement of the election results. This is what. So now they're trying to air all the smears, another new smear campaign to say that Peter Obi did this, Peter Obi did that, Peter Obi did not do this, Peter Obi this, Peter Obi that. But anyway, Dr. Moses Paul has come out with a clarification. He said clarification on false and misleading accusations. It is important to set the record straight regarding the baseless allegations circulating about Mr. Peter Obi. 1. No involvement in politics during the Abacha regime. He was merely he's a trader, trading. There was this thing that he said even during Abacha, he spoke about it extensively during the campaign, where he talked about the fact that there were business people who were doing importing, as an importer and all of that. You had some issues at the port that were not being done very well, and then they came over, to Abuja to come and discuss with the then government. Abacha was the government head of state, and then the next thing when they came over, I think what happened, those usual military were as if they had arrested them, took them to state house. Even some of their even colleagues, others ran away. And at the end of the day, he stood up, he spoke and said this was what was going on at the port. This is how blah blah blah. And then Abacha, with their usual military this thing that made him something chairman of something to do with the port. I think he said he called his finance minister. I've heard that story many times, but I've never bothered to really keep the details in my head. Brought in the finance minister and stuff like that. At the end of the day, there was an appointment that was given to him to help manage the thing. And then when he came out, those other people that ran away and thought had been arrested were not like, that kind of a thing. So he was never in politics, didn't do any politics. The businessman trying to make his cool billions. So he said no involvement in politics during the Abacha regime. Mr. Peter Obi was not involved in public politics until 2001, according to Dr. Moses Paul. His eventual entry into politics came in 2003 when Professor A.B.C. Nwosu suggested his name to a team, encouraging him to contest for the governorship of Anambra State. Initially, Mr. Peter Obi declined the offer. A pivotal influence on his decision to enter public service was Professor Donald Jacobs, the dean of Kellogg Graduate School. After Mr. Peter Obi completed his program at Kellogg in 2001, Professor Jacobs advised him that he belonged in public life, not just in the private sector. This motivational moment has been widely shared and is available on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube and go and check it. During the Abacha regime, Mr. Peter Obi's engagement with Abacha was minimal. He visited the city fewer than 5 times, primarily to lodge complaints alongside many others. These visits were strictly professional and unrelated to any government dealings. Mr. Peter Obi was mostly out of the country during that period, never met General Sani Abacha, and had no personal official interactions with him. I don't know this. I thought they did meet. Yeah, was it about IBB? Now I'm trying to think. No, I think it was Abacha. This particular, I'm not sure of Abacha. I think it was. So maybe it was either Abacha or IBB. Maybe am I the one who is mistaken? But anyway, shall we find out more on that. During the Abacha regime, Mr. Peter Obi's engaged. Okay. No connection to Ato Nzeribe or MKO Abiola. Mr. Peter Obi never met Ato Nzeribe until he became governor of Anambra State. Similarly, he had no close relationship with Chief MKO Abiola, meeting him only once briefly on a plane. Professional involvement in port decongestion. Mr. Peter Obi's involvement in the decongestion of ports was purely professional, as General Abacha requested traders to participate in ensuring a proper process. Because I know, yeah, that was a port something. Does that mean they didn't, did he say they didn't meet? But anyway, for me, that's what I heard, because I knew there was something that it was doing in Abacha on that decongestion of port. To participate in ensuring proper process. Alongside Chief Oke Ebese, Joe Okoye, and other traders, he contributed to making system efficient, devoid of any political affiliation. No role in the 1 million man march. Mr. Peter Obi had no connection to the 1 million man march. He neither organized, participated in, nor attended the march during the era. Recent claims attempting to link him to it are completely false. Even during the recent 1 million marches across the nation, Mr. Peter Obi did not attend any, including the Abuja leg, which I personally helped organize. Okay, so this other person was part of the 1 million man march. Which one was this? Okay, I think Dr. Mo is saying he was part of that 1 million man march. Mr. Peter Obi's focus has always been on merit, transparency, and good governance. These principles have defined his political and public service journey since he entered politics. Well, it's to be expected. Propaganda, they will start the smear campaign propaganda, anything to say that Mr. Peter Obi is not qualified, or is not the candidate, or is not who you think he is, or he's not Messiah, he's not. Nobody said he's Messiah. You're just saying of all the people that are there right now, he's the most competent. Come and do the work, and while he's doing the work, we are going to hold him accountable, and that's simple. But hey, these things are to be expected. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.